Welcome to Slash Bash, where today I am bringing you another Choosing Beggar Reddit video. In our first story, how my free good deed ruined two 25-plus year friendships. Let's jump right in. For background, both my husband and I had to move in with his grandparents during COVID when I lost both my jobs and my husband's work contract ended. It worked out well. They're in their 70s, we are late 20s, and we jumped in with helping them around the house, picking up groceries since they're high risk, yard work, and long overdue deep cleaning. They let us bring our dog and both cats. Wonderful, amazing people. While we were looking for jobs, we still helped with bills, and now that we both work again and are looking at buying a house, things are still wonderful amongst us all. Now, during lockdown, we ran errands for them and a lot of their friends, mostly neighbors, also seniors and high risk. Never took payment for gas or any extras. We only accepted money for groceries because we couldn't afford 10 families' groceries on our savings. One of these families lived about 15 minutes away and were my husband's grandparents' old neighbors of 20-plus years. They remained friends throughout the last 7 years or so of not being next door and often talked on the phone or saw each other. We'll call them Karen and Bob. Karen and Bob seemed pretty normal, always grateful when we drop off groceries, even understanding when the stores were out of certain things or specific brands. Bob doesn't really do or say much. This problem actually started a month ago when my husband's grandparents decided they wanted the driveway and sidewalks pressure washed. Papa showed me how to use it and I fell in love with it. It's nothing fancy, just a basic model pressure washer, but it was so satisfying. It took me 2 days to finish the driveway, and I offered to do a lot of the neighbors too that I'd met and made friends with when I dropped off groceries. I was only doing one job, had a lot of free time, and it made me feel needed. Most of the time, they'd bring me out a snack and drink, and we'd chat when I took a break from the Florida heat. It was great. Enter Choosing Beggars. Karen and Bob were scheduled to come over for dinner. I was finishing up a house a few doors down the street when I saw their car coming and waved, finished up the job, and rolled the washer back home. I showered and we all had dinner when Karen asked why I had been working down the street. I basically told them I just liked doing it. I thought nothing of it when she remarked that their driveway could use a good washing. I agreed to do it on my days off over the course of a week or two, but saying that I sleep in so I'd get a late morning start. She said that was fine. The next day at 8 a.m., I'm at work when Karen calls. "Where are you?" "I'm at work. Is everything okay?" "I thought you were going to wash our driveway." "I am. I'm off in 2 days and I'll get started on it then." "Oh, okay. I guess that's fine." I hang up, mildly confused. 2 days later, at 8 a.m. again, another call. "Where are you?" "I'm in bed. I worked till 2 a.m. last night. My alarm is set for 10, so I'll be there by 11. You said you'd wash the driveway today." "And I will. I'll be there around 11 o'clock. "Oh, well, I was hoping you'd get started early." "I can do 10, but I'm going back to sleep now." "Fine." So I go get up earlier, eat, and haul the washer up a ramp into the truck and head off to Choosing Beggars' house. Now, Choosing Beggars have a huge driveway, one of those upside-down U half-loop ones that's double wide for 2 cars, and it's long. I'm there for about 3 hours. It's about 97 degrees outside and climbing, 100% humidity, and I go through my water bottle. So I turn off the washer and knock on the door and ask to fill my water bottle. "You didn't bring water?" I was laughing because it's Florida and I think she's joking. "No, I did. It's just really hot out and I'm out. Can I fill it up with some ice water?" Karen is visibly irritated. "I guess." Weird. But I go back out and work another couple hours. I'm probably about a third of the way done when I call it a day. I'm hot, I'm tired, my left hand hurts from clenching the trigger. She's being weird about water, I'm hungry. So I go unhook the hose and start loading the washer up when she comes out. "Where are you going?" "Home. I'll be back in a couple days when I have my next day off." "No, you need to finish." "I'm sorry, what?" "You need to finish my driveway." "I will. I just can't finish it today. It'll take me another 10 hours or so to finish." Karen makes a fuss, but I'm adamant that I'm leaving. I need to eat, rehydrate, and the washer is almost out of gas anyway. Keep in mind, I'm not a professional, I'm not a company, I don't have employees or a partner in business, I don't even have an industrial strength machine. I'm just some bored girl with a small washer that thinks it's fun and doesn't mind helping people. I should have stayed gone. I got a voicemail the next day at work saying how Karen and Bob are both unhappy that their driveway looks half finished, blah blah blah. Then, the next day, Karen calls and texts me multiple times, which I ignore, other than to say I'm at work, can't talk, I'll be there tomorrow. My phone starts ringing the next day at 7:30 with, "Are you coming at 8? Please be here by 8 a.m. Don't forget water." I call back, "Hey Karen, there is a thunderstorm right now that's supposed to last most of the day. If it clears up, I'll come over for a while, but I'm not doing it in thunder and lightning." "You promised you'd come today. The driveway looks awful." "I'm sorry, but it's not safe to be out there with a pressure washer in a thunderstorm." "I expect you to be here tomorrow then, at 8. "I work tomorrow. I can come the day after." Karen has the bright idea that I call off work because she hired me to do her driveway and I haven't finished it yet. I say, "No, I'll be there in 2 days." Cue 2 more days of passive-aggressive voicemails and messages, but I show up with a cooler of ice water and food, work another 5 or so hours with her peering through her windows at me anytime I turn the washer off. It's loud as hell. No friendly chit-chat, no drink or snacks offered, not that I expected it, but still. The only talking we did was when I took a break to eat lunch. She opened her door long enough to ask what I was doing and if I could not sit on her porch steps. It was the only shaded place to sit, so I sat on my tailgate in the sun and scarfed down my lunch. I packed up that day with about 4 more hours of washing to do. Again, huge freaking driveway versus tiny little washer. I get home exhausted, and my husband's grandparents ask if I have a second to chat after my shower. Apparently, Karen and Bob had called them multiple times saying I was being lazy and just sitting around her house and she just wanted me to finish her driveway and leave. It wasn't like me to just sit around ever, especially in someone else's home, so they asked what was going on, and I told them about how the job was going. It took me almost a week to get back over there. I received constant texts, calls about how I was slacking, I was a bad person for saying I'd help poor old people, then leaving them to finish such a laborious task, and the like. Finished the driveway in one shot, didn't speak one word to Karen, and only spoke to Bob to tell him I was finished and return his garden hose. They never even said thank you. I went home happy to be done, chalk it up to a lesson learned, and just avoid Karen and Bob when they come over. We're moving out soon anyway. Bob and Papa were really good friends, and Mimi and Karen were really good friends. Who cares if they didn't like me? Well, remember how I said that my husband's grandparents are just super amazing people? They cared. They cared a lot that I was giving up my days off, coming home exhausted, being used and lied about. So one day they were going to have lunch at Karen and Bob's house when Karen met them out front and lamented on her driveway being full of brown spots I had missed, and she demanded they make me come back and fix it, and how I hadn't pressure washed the porch or the steps or the house. It just looked horrible to have a half-clean driveway and a dirty porch and house. Papa knows I pride myself on my work, paid or not. I'm OCD with the washer. That's why I like it so much. So he asked her to see the spots I'd missed, and she starts pointing out brown rocks. Brown rocks in the concrete of her driveway. She really thought that pressure washing the rocks would make them match the concrete, and clearly I was too lazy to do it right. I didn't get exact word from my husband's grandparents, but Karen had a meltdown about my husband and I being leeches on them, which landed them in an argument that ended both friendships. Lunch being canceled and the end of the story, or so I thought. This was all a month ago, but I'm writing this now because Karen and Bob have both reached out to me and my husband's grandparents, not to patch things up or apologize or even to say thank you. They want us to pay them because their water bill went up because I used their water hose to run the pressure washer. The only response they got was a written out receipt from me for my time spent for the driveway, picking up their groceries and running errands at my current rate of $18 an hour, for gas used for driving and pressure washing, and a $50 per day rental fee for the pressure washer that I totally made up, which came to a total of $2,416. I put a note at the bottom, "I'll pay up when you do." This is John from /bash. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and want to be the first to know when the next one drops, subscribe and make sure you click on the notifications bell so that YouTube will actually show you my videos. We would love for you to drop a like, share it with your friends, and we will see you in the next one.